Hello, welcome to another video review by Rich from BenchTec. Today we're going to be looking at the EVGA EVBot. So here it is, here's the EVBot. I've already got it plugged in. There you go, motherboard connector on the left hand side there. This is plugged into my EVGA P55 classified board, which you can see there. It's the E659 model number, and it plugs round in on the I/O panel at the back. So that's where I've got the lead going to. Come back to the EVBot here. As you can see out of the box, the EVBot comes for EVGA X58 motherboard that comes flashed with that firmware. So if you've got a P55 board, the first thing you want to do is update that so that you can take advantage of the EVBot so you can use it. As you can see with the X58 firmware, it'll read off a few options, but it's not designed to work for us. So you see the V core there. If I go down and look at the VTT, there you go, a bit of a problem there. So I'll just wait for that to come back. There you go. Let's show you the flashing process. So if I come across to the screen, what we've got, if I look at the CD-ROM that came with the EVBot, if you just load up the CD-ROM, go into the auto flash options, these are the two options you get: flash the X58, flash the P55. If you click on one of those, it'll go through and do that. What it will do though is, if I show you the contents of the CD, you see that the CD has the P01 firmware for both the P55 and X58 boards. So if you check the EVGA website, you'll notice there's a newer firmware available to you, which if you download gives you the P03 firmware for P55 or the P02 firmware for X58. These are just off my USB stick. So you're going to want to flash these versions to the EVBot, obviously they're newer. So if we just go back to the setup exe, run that, get the same menu as you did with the CD, flash the X58 or flash the P55. Now if I bring the EVBot back into view at this point, you can see if I click on the P55 option, it gives you some instructions basically. Please connect EVBot to your motherboard and hold down the power button of EVBot for 7 seconds. So on the top of the EVBot here, hopefully you'll be able to make it out, there's a power button and an R button. The power is obviously the one we've got to press down. The R is for reset. That just sort of intermittently turns off and on again, like a reboot. So yeah, what we're going to need to do, press the power button down, so EVBot goes off. If we hold it for 7 seconds, hopefully you'll be able to make that out. Flash mode. Just about. Something like that. So there you go, there's EVBot moved into flash mode, and as long as you can do that, you can flash the EVBot. So if I now click OK on the screen, it'll run through a batch file and start to flash the EVBot. And you'll notice EVBot starts flashing at this point, literally with the light, to tell you that it's doing something and that process has started. Now this is going to take 3 or 4 minutes, so I'm just going to cut the video here and come back to it when it's done. Right guys, there we go, that's all completed now. That was actually about 2 minutes, so not too bad, not too long. As you'll see on the screen here, it's filled up the screen with these letters and numbers, and then finished with a prompt that says flash completed. Please unplug EVBot now and reconnect to use. So at this point, take the power, the connection cable, take it out, EVBot goes blank, plug it back in now, there you go. And you'll see on the screen now we've got EVGA EVBot for P55 P03 firmware. So there you go. One thing I will just say is, if you have a problem flashing EVBot, if it gets interrupted when it's going through this this process of scrolling these letters and numbers, it'll stop halfway through or part of the way through this process. It'll come up with a message, maybe like flash completed, or it might come up with an error message. And then when you try and unplug and replug this, EVBot won't boot up properly, won't get to this screen. So if that happens, literally all you need to do is keep EVBot plugged in on the connector here, press and hold the power button down on the top for the 7 seconds until you get the flash mode come up at the top of the screen. If you can do that, if you can get back to the flash mode, literally just try the same process again and it'll go through. Actually happened to me the first time I flashed the EVBot, so if it does happen, you should be able to just literally flash it again and it should work, so don't panic first off. Hopefully you won't have those problems. So there you go, there you have it. That's P03 firmware flashed in, and as you'll see from the start of the video, when I was going through these menus, you didn't have this E659 at the bottom of the screen, so that was telling you it didn't know what motherboard it was. Now it knows which motherboard that it's plugged into, and you've got a slightly different menu, and VTT immediately comes up as what it's set to. Now if I just pull it round to show you on the E659, I've got the show volt addition to the side of the P55 classified board here plugged in, and this is reading off the VTT, so this is 1.06 as recorded on the motherboard. If I bring EVBot in, you can see it's at 1.05 in the BIOS. That's about right. So all working. And if I just push it up, select apply, you see it's just jumped up on the show volt there. So there's EVBot flashed and working with the P55 classified board. It worked with all the other P55 FDW boards as well. So there you go, there you have it. Hope that's been useful. Next video that I'm going to do is showing you how to use EVBot and a few of the functions that it's got. So stay tuned for that. Hope that's helped, guys. See you again. Goodbye.